Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you watched yesterday's video, you guys heard me talk about how I was feeling a little burnt out, a little overwhelmed, kind of like blah, right? And I was questioning whether or not to even share that with you guys because one, I don't want it to ever look like I'm complaining about something because I do live a very blessed life and I'm so thankful for everything that I've been able to create for myself. But two, because I don't want to um, convince someone that they shouldn't become a full-time content creator. I feel like when people are trying to decide if they should get into content, sometimes people will look for like the smallest ounce of doubt to convince them like, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm glad I watched this video because you saved me from whatever trouble they were making up in their head, right? So I just try to always show the positives of it as opposed to the negatives. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad I was able to share that. I'm glad I built up enough courage to even talk to you guys about what I was going through yesterday. Also, make sure you guys join the Glow Up Academy. The link is down below in my description. We go over a lot of mindset, digital products, building your platforms, and creating content to attract an audience who wants what you're selling. We go live every single week, and you can watch the replays to those as well. And it's just a great space to glow the F up from the inside out so you can finally be the entrepreneur that you have been manifesting for years. So the link is down below. But anyways, so I was able to share that with you guys, and I came up with some things for anyone who feels like they're burning out or they're losing motivation or maybe they're even starting to self-doubt. And I wanted to share some tips with you guys that I use in my own personal life because we're human at the end of the day. I think we all go through that. The question is just how do we overcome it and how do we not allow it to hold us down for days and days and days at a time. I've gotten to the point in my journey when I do feel like that, I'm able to bounce out of it relatively quickly. By the next day, I'm pretty much back to normal, and I'm back to normal today. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So the very first thing that I recommend when you are starting to feel burnt out, one, I want you to ask yourself, where is the burnout coming from? Is it coming from the content itself or all of the what's the word? Or all of the goals that you have for yourself through the content. Like, are you trying to make Are you trying to make $1 million? Are you trying to have 100,000 subscribers? Like, what goals do you have that you have placed over yourself? And try to figure out: is it the content itself that's overwhelming you, making you feel burnt out? Is it the editing of the content, or is it the 9 times out of 10 the unrealistic goal that you have set for yourself and that might be overwhelming you? And for me, most of the time, it's the unrealistic goal that I've put on myself and the unrealistic expectations that I have for myself and my business that tend to be the main reason as to why I start to feel burnt out. Because if I don't make a sale that day, I start thinking in my head, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be doing this. What was I thinking? No one's going to buy this. I'm just wasting my time. And then all of those negative thoughts in combination end up making me feel unmotivated, burnt out, frustrated, right? So I want you to try to figure out, where is it coming from? And for me, it's never really the content itself. It's not really the content in the recording. Like I said, it's the unrealistic expectations that I put on myself and my goals. So I want you to figure out what the root of that is that's making you feel burnt out. And then once you can establish what that is, you can kind of backtrack and tell yourself, okay, I'm not crazy. This isn't stupid. It is going to work. And I have proof to validate why I know it's going to work. The second thing that I recommend you do if you are starting to feel burnt out is figure out, well, what kind of things do you like to do that doesn't involve the internet? So for me, I love to work out. And yes, I do record myself working out every single day for my other weight loss and fitness channel. And I just recently got to the point on my journey where I allow myself workouts where I don't record. It's rare, but I do it. There's been, I would say, within the past month, there's probably been about 7 times that I've gone to the gym without the camera. And that's a lot considering, like I said, I used to, sorry y'all. I used to always have my camera with me in the gym. And the reason why I started doing that is because it takes the pressure off. Not saying that I feel a whole bunch of pressure when I'm recording myself in the gym, but I do want to allow myself time to do something that's strictly for me and not for content, not for business, not for platform growth, just strictly for Jasmine, if that makes sense. The third thing that I would recommend that you do is meditate and journal. I was never really into that before, but I would say over the past six to 8 months, I've really gotten into journaling and just writing down my thoughts and then trying to just make sense of why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. Because when you have self awareness and when you're able to get to the root of your feelings, it's so much easier for you to control your emotions. And that's the biggest thing that I think I struggled with my entire life, was being able to control my emotions. If I was sad, I would lash out. If I was angry, I would crash out, right? I never really had true control over my emotions. And it takes a lot of work. It's not something you just wake up one day like, I have full control over my emotions. No, not at all. It takes a lot of mental strength to get to that point. But once you're there, it's so much easier to kind of snap out of that burnout feeling, that unmotivated feeling, that self-doubt feeling, because now you're able to master your emotions. And the best way to basically develop the skills to do that is to journal. And actually, I spend multiple, I would say, within 24 hours, I would say I'm analyzing my thoughts multiple times a day. And it's not necessarily for hours, it might be for like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Before I go to bed, I spend some time just thinking and reflecting, and not always just what I can be doing better, but what I'm proud of and what I'm already doing a really good job at. I think a lot of times we always say, oh, I could do this better, or, I could work on this, but let's also give ourselves grace and think about all the things that you're doing really, really well, that there's someone else who wishes they could do an ounce of what you're doing, When you look at it like that, it's so much easier for you to come back to reality and just be thankful for who you are, what you've overcome, and realize that these thoughts, these negative emotions, the self-doubt, it's just a phase, right? And if you can just keep pushing and not allow that to bog you down, you'll realize, hey, it's okay to feel unmotivated right now. It's okay to feel burnt out right now. That doesn't make me lazy. That doesn't make me unmotivated. That doesn't mean I'm not disciplined. That doesn't mean that I'm not worthy of my goals. It just means I'm human, and this is what I'm experiencing right now. So I hope these tips help. Leave a comment down below and let me know which tip you're going to use if you ever feel unmotivated. Did I resonate with you? Leave a comment, like the video. Also, do not forget to join the Globe Academy. The link is down below in the description. Lots of good stuff in there, like I said, from content creation, building your platforms, monetizing your digital product, and all the strategies that I use to sell my digital products and make 6 figures every single year as a full-time creator. So I want to pass along those strategies to you guys so you can be successful on these apps too. And also, let's lock into our mindset, because I could teach you everything, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do the things I teach you because you don't even believe that you are capable of the things. And that's why mindset is a huge role in self-development and becoming that entrepreneur that you want to be. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.